Are you not working out that much, but it still feels like it's too much? Watch this to figure out why.
Our next caller is Lean from Kentucky.
Hey, Lean, how can we help you?
Hey guys, I'm so pumped to be on here. I love you all, as everyone else says. I found you when I first started lifting weights, and I was around, I think, 17 or 18. So it was the perfect time. I'm 23 now, so I've definitely been a sponge to all of the information that you've put out there.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Right.
So I reached out because I'm struggling with the getting lean part. Lean wants to get lean and she's having a hard time. So I tried a caloric deficit a couple weeks ago. No, it was about a month ago. I was at around 1,700 calories. So let me give you like what's going on now. I'm 5'6". I'm 150. My scale says I'm around 28% body fat. I don't know if that's accurate. And my deadlift right now is at 215. I think I can squat 185. And I've been running MAPS anabolic pretty repeatedly. During the summer, I take breaks and I do like boxing and just kind of try to stay active outside the gym just because I travel. I tried aesthetics and it was just too much volume. I started eating everything in front of me. I don't know. It was a lot. I was eating a lot. My appetite like spiked. And then I was just really tired. So with the caloric deficit, I was doing good. I was losing about a pound a week over 4 weeks. And then all of a sudden I just kind of crashed. My sleep went to garbage. My stress, I seemed pretty sensitive to just general like work lifestyle. And my appetite also crashed, which was weird. I was eating around 120 grams of protein pretty consistently, but I just kind of stopped eating at around 1,000 calories. So I do want to get lean, but also I love being strong and I also play sports and just want to keep up with my endurance. I don't have any crazy timelines or anything like that. So just kind of want to know what I'm doing wrong and how I can make a lasting long-term effect.
Okay. I need more context. What else happened during that 4-week caloric cut? I see in your notes that you're in law school, getting ready to graduate. I have a cousin who's a lawyer. I remember when he was going to law school and did all that. It was like insane amount of work and studying a lot of stuff. What else happened during that period of time? Or did anything else happen? Or did nothing else change? You just did a deficit?
I mean, I would say I was like, I hear you say with stress that matters. I've asked you about stress before. So I think I was going through something stressful as well to add to that, but nothing insanely. Even going to the gym, I felt like I lost my strength as well. Like I would try to load the bar with the 25 pounds. I was just getting tired.
Yeah. So how was your sleep? So that too.
Yeah. She said her sleep went to crap. Okay. That time. Okay. So, spoken like a true law student, stressful, but it wasn't that bad. Yeah. Let me make a guess here right now. Are you the kind of person that is like, stuff gets hard, you just keep going, pushing through, let's just keep doing this? Do people tell you need to take a break? You're doing too much? Is this common?
So I do a lot. I have a lot on my plate. I do a lot of extracurriculars and sports and school, but I feel like I do a good job balancing it. Like I meditate and I do my yoga and I take my walks and I eat well. So I think I balance it, but it is a lot. I mean,
yeah, you're a little in denial. You're doing a lot. You're overstressed is what's going on.
I think MAPS 15 for her.
Yeah, 100%.
I think MAPS 15 would be
I bet you would do amazing on MAPS 15.
And then I would do mini cuts. So instead of staying in a deficit for a month or 2 months, 3 months at a time, run a week or two just low calorie and then go back to maintenance to a little surplus and then go back, especially since you also really care about building strength. Mm-hmm. So if we stay in a long cut for an extended period of time, you're not going to see strength gains. You're going to see the opposite. And so, I would actually cover more around maintenance and then have these little weeks where you go in a deficit and then go back to your maintenance to a slight surplus. And so it'll allow you to still kind of build strength. You'll also kind of lean out. You don't have a time frame either. So there's no rush. Mm-hmm. This is the healthier, better, smarter way to do this. And so I would just kind of interrupt these little mini cuts with, mini bulks and follow a program more like MAPS 15 and be also aware of what else is going on because you're in law school. You like all this other stuff, pay attention to, even though it may not seem like a really, like, you don't have to have somebody die in your family to consider it extra or a lot more stress on your life. It could just be simply you've got a test you're studying for, and you also did, your 2 sports that week, and you just got 2 bad nights of sleep, and something else is on your mind. Maybe inflation's driving you crazy.
Just cumulative.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a lot of little things that are compounding. That it's just this is a week that you take it easy on intensity.
Yeah. So doctors, lawyers, high performing executives, they have something in common. It's a superpower, but it also could be a detriment. Now, what's the superpower? They kind of don't feel the stress like everybody else, so they just keep going.
Bulldoze right through it.
Right, but the effects are still there. You just don't necessarily feel it. So you ask somebody who's like that, hey, do you feel like you're stressed? No, I feel totally fine. But if you were to like measure everything physiologically and really get in tune, you would see like, oh no, you're under stress. You're just not connecting to it. You don't identify it. You don't feel it, which allows you to perform at the level that you perform, but also puts you in a position where you don't know there's too much until like your hair falls out or you lose your sleep, and I'm giving you examples of like clients that I've worked with where, why is my hair falling out? So it's more than you think is what I'm trying to say. So what Adam said with the diet, I love. In fact, you could even do it like this. You can be in a deficit 5 days a week, and then 2 days a week be in a slight surplus. Over the whole week, the average, if you were to add them all up, puts you at a slight deficit. So it's like deficit, maintenance, surplus, deficit. Those diet breaks tend to be less stressful on the body. Then as far as workouts are concerned, MAPS 15 is ideal. I bet you doing MAPS 15, you're going to see your body progress faster than it's doing even with MAPS anabolic. I bet you're going to see faster progress. And here's how you'll know. It should feel like the results you should get should feel effortless. In other words, if you do this, if you follow what we're saying, and then you're like, oh my God, this is so weird. I'm getting leaner. I feel strong. It doesn't feel like why am I getting leaner? I don't feel like I'm like killing myself. Like this doesn't feel like I'm struggling. It's because you're working with your body. Versus, oh my God, I'm working so hard. I'm doing everything right. Why the hell is my strength going down? Why the hell am I not getting leaner? Now you're working against your body.
We were just having this conversation off air, and why we think this is so challenging for people, because it's a bit counterintuitive, right? Everything else in your life, if you study harder and more for your law exam, you do better. You practice your sport harder and more often, you're better at your sport. Like most things that you apply more of, you get more results from. With body composition change, i.e. leaning out,
there's a right dose.
There is. It doesn't work that way. It's not the more you do or the harder you work at it, the better results you get. There's a sweet spot, and that sweet spot is different for everybody and different at different times in your life. And if you're at a point in your life right now where you've got a lot on your plate, that's not necessarily a time that you can add a bunch of the exercise. That you need to do things that complement what else is going on in your life. And so it's tough because, like I said, it's so unique. Everything else in your life, you apply more to it and you put more effort towards it. It pays you more return. That doesn't work that way with exercise. There's a very sweet spot for what's optimal.
It's a moving thing too. And just to add to that, here's one of the things I want you to add to that. Don't judge it. So don't look at your workout and be like, I'm only working out 3 days a week. That can't possibly be too much. If it's not working, it's too much. If all of a sudden your sleep goes to shit, you're noticing hormone imbalances, your libido goes down, your appetite all of a sudden is strange. Either you lose it or you get crazy cravings. It's too much, even if it's 3 days a week or 2 days a week. But I think based on what we're saying, I think if you just switched right now to MAPS 15, you can even do the advanced version, which is 20 minutes with a barbell. I bet you'll start seeing things move in the right direction. And then what we said with your diet, you alternate between a deficit and maintenance and then a surplus here and there. I bet that'll nourish you, just enough. The other thing I want to ask you was your digestion. Did you notice any gut issues during that time?
No, I'm generally kind of usually always bloated. But I think it was okay. I didn't notice anything drastically different.
Yeah. Okay. So I would like for you also to see if you can address some of the issues with bloat, because that does mean that there's some gut issues that are underlying. Now, why is that important? because
it's one more stress.
Underlying gut issues. I'm going to tell you something right now, Lean. Underlying gut issues, even things you've been dealing with a long time that you're like, it's not that big of a deal or whatever. That reduces your capacity for stress tremendously, like 20%. In other words, if you fixed your gut issues, you could probably add 20% more workload to your body and be fine. So I'll recommend that you try and find yourself a functional medicine practitioner and take a look at maybe some of the underlying gut issues, because that's compromising your ability to handle stress.
Get in our free forum.
That's where I'm going to send you. So MP Holistic Health on Facebook. It's a free forum. There's functional medicine practitioner on there that you can ask questions.
Dr. Cabral is amazing. Their whole team is amazing over there. Yeah, so that's definitely worth looking into.
For sure.
Can I ask you, so like going with that, I'm not, of course I agree with you, but I guess when is the right time to be going after those like tremendous gains? You know, like if I want to deadlift twice my body weight, how do I know? You know, isn't life kind of always just different kind of stressors?
Yeah, but let your body tell you. Yeah. You're gonna know. Like there's like when I know everything's lining up nice, right? As far as like my diet, my sleep, like the way I'm taking care of my body. It lets me know on those exercises. Like you deadlift and squat so frequently and so often, like it's very obvious to me when like I'm feeling really good. You grab that first set and the weight just moves and you're like, oh God.
Yeah, but let me add this though. Your body will adapt if you give yourself the right dose. Okay. So could you get your deadlift way up with what's going on with your life right now? Well, yeah. If you're training properly according to what your body needs. I switched to MAPS 15 and I hit a PR in a deadlift that the original PR I hit in my early 30s. And I went and worked out. I was working out 25 minutes a day here in the studio, and all of a sudden it hit a PR. So it's possible even potentially now. But what Adam said is also true. If you're at the end of law school, then you got to pass your bar, then you're going to start. And I know the first few years as a lawyer is like you're just getting your ass kicked. So it's probably not going to happen over the next few years. You got other stuff going on, but if you train right, you should see your strength go up regardless.
Okay, cool. Right. Do you guys think the 1,700 calories is like a good range for my? Is that me with? Like, is that decent? I guess what you see? Just my 5'6", 150.
Yeah, it seems pretty typical. I mean, how do you feel eating that much? Does it feel all right?
I could eat a little more.
Okay. I mean, you could do a reverse diet. You could slowly do a reverse diet during this process and get those numbers up too if you wanted. Let me send you our reverse dieting guide so you have something to follow.
Okay, cool.
And we'll send you MAPS 15 too if you don't have that.
Thank you so much.
You got it, Lean. Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you all. I appreciate you.
No problem. You know how you're talking to a stress-aholic or whatever is when you mention it, they kind of smile and laugh because they think it's cool.
I think I'm fine.
Yeah, like I've had people tell me that, like, "Oh, you've got 200," and I'll go like, "Yeah, I do got."
You wear it as a badge of honor.
Yeah. You're like, wait a minute, that might be a problem. That might be an issue. But yeah, I bet you if she did MAPS 15 and did what you said with the diet, she'll see her.
I mean, it goes right back to what we were saying off air when we were having that conversation. And you take someone like that, just athlete, lawyer, like. I mean, you're right. Like that personality, like she's gotten to where she's at in life because she's a killer. Because she can have some stress and mow right through it. And that attitude
until it stops working.
That attitude has served her very well in all other pursuits, in sports, in school. That works. But when you have a goal of progressing your body composition, hitting PRs, like that isn't
body thrives under balance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally different.